Antarctica, a land of extreme isolation, permanent ice, and profound secrets. For generations, this continent has been the source of high strangeness. But is it the geopolitical background of hiding remnants of ancient civilizations, or is it just merely the coldest place on Earth? The foundation of the myth goes back decades, fueled by rumours of UFOs and secret bases. To understand the modern claims, we must first go back to the flashpoint of the conspiracy, Operation High Jump. In 1946, a heavily armoured US naval fleet, Operation High Jump, arrived. Their official mission was mapping and establishing a research base. It was meant to last 6 months, but instead, it concluded in just 6 weeks. Officially, the expedition was terminated due to a rapid approach of the harsh Arctic winter and worsening weather conditions. But the story that was told and claimed something far more aggressive. That US forces encountered and were chased out by advanced, aggressive flying disc-shaped craft. Adding to the lore, the expedition's leader, Admiral Richard E. Byrd, was quoted warning that the US should adapt measures of protection against the possibility of an invasion by hostile planes coming from the polar regions. The reality check, while a true geopolitical warning, historians confirm Byrd's statement was a post-World War II assessment of Cold War defence, warning that the poles were the next attack vector, not confirmation of an alien skirmish. The early withdrawal was logged and documented, citing weather and logistical difficulties. The legend of High Jump sets the stage for the most compelling modern claim, the Marie Byrd Land incident of 1995. The testimonial comes from a retired Navy flight engineer known as Brian S. In November 1995, Brian's C-130 crew dropped off a science forensic team in the remote Marie Byrd Land for a routine mission. A week later, the scientists missed several mandatory daily check-ins. McMurdo Station launched a search flight. The C-130 arrived to find the camp abandoned. All huts, fuel tanks and snowmobiles were in perfectly working order. But the 15 scientists were missing. They were missing for more than a week, a survival impossibility in the Antarctic interior without shelter. No one could survive. Then, the shocking call. The scientists had returned. Brian's squadron was ordered to pick them up immediately. Brian described the scene. Upon landing, the people didn't gather their items or their gear. They simply ran onto the ramp, terrified and in a profound state of shock. When asked where they had been for a week, they didn't say a word. The crew had to load the gear for themselves. The equipment was allegedly quarantined at McMurdo, a silent frantic evacuation under a shroud of military secrecy. So when it comes to the verification gap, while the logistics of the C-130 missions are accurate for the 1990s, a comprehensive review of the US Antarctic program records, military incident logs, and the National Science Foundation documents reveal no records of a mass disappearance of the 15 scientists, a week-long search or subsequent panicked evacuation in Marie Byrd Land in 1995. The extreme nature of the incident, involving international personnel, and a search mission makes it totally absent from the official archives, a clear indicator that the account is an unproven story. To reinforce the idea of a cover-up, the narrative strategically incorporates genuine scientific puzzles that were misunderstood or intentionally wrapped. The giant hole in the ice in 1985, a medevac flight crew that said they had flown over a massive hole in the ice near the South Pole, leading to a classified debriefing by men in suits. This is likely a conflation of two events. First, the 1985 discovery of the ozone hole. Second, the phenomenon known as mud rise plania, Apollonia is a massive occurring area of open water surrounded by sea ice. When they dramatically expanded in 2016 and 2017, the feature is the size of a small country, was sensationalized. Scientists confirmed that this was a natural process driven by extreme winds and ocean floor topography, not a secret entrance to a secret base. Cosmic rays from below. In 2018, there have been claims that scientists found cosmic rays coming from 2 miles underneath the ice. This refers to ANITA experiment. ANITA detection anomalous rays pulses that appeared to arrive at an angle suggesting they had travelled upwards through thousands of kilometres of solid Earth. The trajectory is inconsistent with the standard model of particle physics. While this initially spurred theories of exotic particles, further research by other observatories have effectively ruled out the astrophysical origins. The current scientific consensus points to similar explanations, reflection of subsurface ice or glacier structures, creating the illusion of an impossible upward path. Finally, the 2003 report of a Navy SEAL finds an ancient structure protruding through the ice. The images circulated online are so-called Antarctic pyramids. Geologists have unequivocally identified these features as nunatasks. These are simply the peaks of mountains that protrude through the ice, sculptured by glaciers, erosion and freeze-thaw cycles, into striking but entirely natural pyramid shapes. Antarctic is unique but not forbidden. It is a continent dedicated to peace and international scientific cooperation under the Antarctic Treaty. The narratives of vanished scientists, secret conflicts, and hidden technologies persist because Antarctic remains vast, mysterious, and inaccessible. But when scrutinised against the verifiable records of history and the rigorous findings of modern science, the most sensational stories serve as not historical accounts, but as enduring myths of the cold frontier. Let me just take the time to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you have found it inspirational or you've learned something, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that like button as well. This was my very first video that I've done on doing research and putting this out, so any feedback would be beneficial. And just say a massive thank you if you made it to all this far. Thank you so much for spending the time with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. I'll see you soon.